I don't know about you guys, but some of the best love stories in my life aren't exactly a romance. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife, and today, as International Friends Day was just a little couple of days ago, I'm going to take you through some of my favorite platonic relationships in the books that I've read. These are not just going to be friendship relationships, these are going to be co-workers, these are going to be family. It's basically any truly gripping love story that doesn't involve a romance. I absolutely love books about friendship. I love books about sisters. So all of these have absolutely taken a huge place in my heart. First up is one of my favorite sister relationships in books, and that is the three Brown sisters from the Brown Sister trilogy by Talia Hibbert. I absolutely love how different Chloe, Danny, and Eve are, but you can tell that they are coherently all sisters. They all have different struggles, they all have different lives to lead, but throughout all of the books, you see this super close relationship between the three of them. They have this group chat where they keep texting each other back and forth. They will call each other now and then. They will turn up to each other's houses. They will gently tease and rib each other. But throughout it all and underneath everything, you can see that they would absolutely fall on the sword for each other. This is the book series that most makes me wish that I had my own sister. I don't have any sisters, it's just one brother and I. So I really live vicariously through these books because this is such a realistic portrayal of what it is like to have siblings. You fight with each other all the time and you want to kill each other all the time, but you would also die for them. Another really great platonic relationship in this book is the one that the three girls have with their grandmother Gigi. You can tell that they absolutely idolize Gigi, and to be quite honest, I idolize that woman too. She is an absolute hurricane. She has such a colorful past that when you hear snippets of what Gigi was like as a young person, it just gives me this feeling that I want to know more about what she was like. But she has such a loving relationship with all three of her granddaughters. She really doesn't let them get away with anything, but you can also tell that she is 100% on their side no matter what they're doing. A friendship relationship in books that I really love, because it's one that I want to see mirrored in my own life, is that between Angela and Jenny in the I Heart series by Lindsay Kelk. When Angela first moved to the US, she had absolutely nothing. She had the clothes on her back and the clothes in her suitcase, and that was it. No job, no friends, nowhere to live. And Jenny basically took Angela under her wing, gave her a job in the hotel that she was working at, found her an apartment to live in, got her a big social circle, and even found Angela a new boyfriend. This is the kind of friendship that you need to find when you've moved to a new country. This is the kind of support and setup that you really need to find when you have set yourself in a new country, perhaps a new culture, perhaps a new language. You really need to have somebody who's going to be on your side and who's going to help you settle in a little bit quicker. I absolutely love that Angela found that a couple of minutes after she had arrived in New York. So basically, this is something that I have really tried to emulate for new people in Berlin. I've really tried to be a kind of a help for them, because if Jenny can do it, why can't I? Another friendship that I absolutely adore in books is that between Mia and Tina from the Princess Diaries series by Meg Cabot. You might be expecting me to say Mia and Lily, but I actually don't think that Mia and Lily are the best friends that everybody deserves to have. I also wouldn't necessarily say Mia and Lana, who do strike up a friendship as the book series progresses, mainly because of how Lana had treated Mia for so much of the earlier books. But Mia and Tina's relationship is something that is truly special. They bond over a common thing. They bond over having to bring a bodyguard with them to school, and everybody is watching them no matter where they go, because they have this 6 foot, 180-pound man following them wherever they're going. I absolutely love the two of them. They also bond a little bit over reading. Maybe Mia reads a little bit more comic books than Tina does, where Tina would be a romance reader more so. But they have the same kind of ideals about love and about relationships. They're both hopeless, head over heels romantics. And I absolutely love seeing Tina in the books. I don't feel like she appears as much as I would like her to, but every scene is a hit when she's there. Another trio of friends that I absolutely love reading about is Claire, Astrid, and Iris from the Bright Frost trilogy by Ashley Herring Blake. I feel like the friendship between these three gets progressively deeper as the books go on. You even see it immediately in the first book, where Astrid is marrying somebody that she really shouldn't be. Not only that she shouldn't be marrying, but that she should not be in a relationship with at all. her other two friends, and Astrid's stepsister Delilah all band together to kind of anti-parent trap this and get them away from one another. I absolutely love reading the hijinks and I love reading everything that they are trying to do, but also they are really supportive of one another. Claire is going through a tough time as she is a single mother and that she's kind of on again, off again with the father of her daughter. Iris has a lot of anxieties that she needs to work with because she is kind of on a rocky slope with her job at the moment. And Astrid is trying to pick her life back up again after her wedding has been called off. And all of them are there for one another, even though they have got their own personal battles to deal with. It's something that I absolutely loved seeing across all three of these books. A friendship that basically proves to me that opposites attract is Aisling and Majella from the Oh My God, What a Complete Aisling series by Sarah Breen and Emer McLeod. Aisling and Majella are the two kind of people who you wouldn't necessarily think would work as friends, but somehow the magic is just there. Aisling is very country, she is very held back, she's very prim and proper, whereas Majella is loud, she's brash, she's unconventional in some ways, and she is not afraid to let her voice be heard. However, the two of them just genuinely work together. They've known each other since they were children, and I think that that is the basis of why their friendship works so well. They have this foundation of longevity between the two of them that it just appears to work. I absolutely love seeing Aisling and Majella help each other through bereavement, through pregnancy loss, job loss, moving country, marriage, separation. And they truly have got this friendship that you can tell has been tested and has gone through some turmoil, but that they are truly 100% there for each other until the end. When we were younger and when we were in school, a big thing was having a huge friendship group. And one of the biggest friendship groups that I know of in books is all 7 members of the Babysitters Club books by Anne M. Martin. Now, there are little best friendship pockets between these, such as Mallory and Jessie are each other's best friend, Marianne and Christy and Marianne and Dawn, and Claudia and Stacey are each other's best friends, but all 7 of them, even though they're all completely different people with different family setups from different backgrounds, they are all so well interconnected and they all gel together so perfectly. Something that I love about this series is how you see them standing up for one another when one of them is going through a bereavement, when one of them has been subjected to racial abuse, when one of them is going through parents who are divorcing. Each and every one of them may not have been through what the other has been through, but their empathy levels are off the charts for a bunch of 13-year-olds. If you want to talk about a friendship where they have got different backgrounds, I don't think you come more different than Samantha and Nina from the American Royals books by Catherine McGee. Samantha is third in line to the throne of America, and Nina is basically a commoner. However, even though Samantha has been brought up with riches and with royalty and with a status that none of us could ever dream of having, she and Nina are like peas in a pod. They're each other's best friend, each other's confidant. And I have a feeling that when you are a member of the royal family, having somebody that you know you can trust, that you know you can tell things to, and that they are not going to be splashed upon the front pages of all of the tabloids, I think that that is worth its weight in gold. And having friends like that is definitely something that you can see Samantha truly admire the whole way throughout the books. I also love that Nina has been so well accepted by the rest of Samantha's family, especially by her brother. I love that Nina is integrated into the family, that she comes to events, that she is welcomed into the palace, and it is so lovely to see the friendship actually naturally develop, even though Samantha is in such a stressful position for most of the books. Another really big school years friendship group that I loved reading when I was younger is the Ace Gang from the Georgia Nicholson series by Louise Renison. I loved reading about this series when I was younger. There were some voices in here that were a little bit louder and were a little bit more brash than others, but something that I loved about this series and something that I loved about the girls as a whole was the inside jokes that they had with one another and how they welcomed us, the reader, into that. For example, the snogging scale and all of their ways of describing different countries, such as America being Hamburg or a go-go land, and New Zealand, where George's father moves to, is Kiwi, a go-go land. And all of them come up with these really interesting ways of describing things that If you were to look in from the outside, you would have absolutely no idea what's happening. Inside jokes and things like that are so natural to friendship groups that you could talk about something that is so innate and so natural to you, but somebody else who's never been around you and your friends before, or who is just coming into the group, might have a couple of questions about what this means or why it is that you refer to it in this way. But I love that with the Ace Gang, it is just second nature to them, and that they can be so true and so authentic to themselves when they're around their friends. Finally is yet another family group, and probably the quintessential family group in reading. I absolutely love all four of the March sisters in Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. We might all have our favorites. We might have all the sisters that we love reading more or that we like reading a little bit less than the others, but I feel like all four of them work together to make this book what it is. Now, they fight like true sisters do. They all kind of gang up on one another. They all are also there for one another. But there are so many moments of just pure beauty in this book when you're talking about the relationship between the sisters. There are so many moments of turmoil. For example, Amy throwing Joe's manuscript into the fire, or Amy marrying the man that Joe had a crush on. There might be a couple of instances where Joe is the one that is picked on more than any of the other sisters in the book, but especially when they are all with Beth, you can truly see the gentle nature coming out in every single one of them. I absolutely love Little Women. I try and read it every couple of years just so that I can escape back into that family situation. Those are some of my favorite books featuring some of my favorite platonic relationships. What is your favorite platonic relationship in any of the books that you've read, or do you have any of your favorites from that pile? If you'd love to leave me a comment but you can't think of anything you'd like to say, then just leave me the hugging emoji. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.